Hi guys, this is Kay Comer in here with you again this morning, and I'm going to do a quick kind of flip through of this book. This book is sold. It was a special order, and I have one more just like it to do. I'll probably start that tomorrow because I need to get them done and kind of get wrapped up here and kind of get us ready for Christmas. But I'm just going to do a quick flip through. This is Old Country Churches is what they are both going to be. This is just paper. It's just distressed, sanded, stained. It says Amazing Grace on the front. And this is the Lord's Prayer on the inside. This is probably the most distressed looking book that I have done. Even the one with the sticks, I thought that was going to be the most distressed. But I really love the way this one has turned out. And I'll do some more like it. Probably not exactly like this. I'm not going to take any more orders right now. I'm just ordered out. So this is the Lord's Prayer. And then over here it says, let the words of thy mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. This has a little flower and a button up there. This is just a strip on the other side of this paper doily that I put some sayings on and a big button. The Holy Bible. I love the big images. I usually do small images, but I love the big images on these pages. And this book is probably 4 or 5 by 6. I forgot to measure it. It's not a real big book, but it is so full. So this is a Holy Bible. Flower up here, some creepy cloth. The 23rd Psalm. Have the signature strips down through between all the pages. The Old Country Church, a piece of lace up here and a fabric flower. Let's see. The Old Time Religion, have just a rose image down here. Where there is hope, there is faith. Where there is faith, faith, miracles happen. Oh my goodness. It's early and I'm already having a hard time talking. This is not good. I love this page. This is just a half of a doily and the other half will go in the other journal like this. Or book. These are not journals. You can write in them, and there's a little envelope where you can put papers and things in them. But these are really books. I call them junk books, and they are to read and to really sit and ponder over. Look at the images, read the things over and over, and just really enjoy the book. It is something to actually do, not just try to think of something to do with. It is something just to read. Okay, I love this old rose image, a strip of lace down here. A piece of chenille bedspread up here under that, some creepy cloth, a flower. And this says, the best things in life are the people we love, the places we have been, and the memories we've made along the way. Love that quote, and that is so true. And this says, above all else, love each other deeply. 1 Peter 4:8. And that's a half of a what do you call it? Half of a, not a doily, but a little table. I can't even think. My mind's already gone today, but you know what it is. And the other half will be in the other book. This is a page, 2 pages of pockets, and I'm not going to take all these out, but this is vintage images from the 50s. And it's just all church images, vintage church images from the 50s. It says, growing up in the 50s, the storybook era. And boy, it was, in my opinion. I know it was hard times. I was born in 46, and so my childhood years were in the late 40s and 50s. And to me, it was a storybook era when I look back on it. And I know Mom and Dad didn't have much. We didn't have much as a family, but we had closeness and we had love. And that's what really matters, and that's what makes the memories. It's not the money or stuff that you buy. Faith is seeing light with your heart when all your eyes see is darkness. Love that quote. This says Old Time Religion. And this is another pocket with some more 50s images in it of kids in Sunday school and church and around the kitchen table. Got a little flower here, some creepy cloth, a fabric flower there. And this says Old Country Church. This is the Old Country Church I've used in so many images, and I tried to research this the other day to find out where this is. Now, this is kind of a print, but there are images of this church all over Pinterest, and don't be surprised if you hear I'm in Wisconsin or Minnesota. I forget where it was, but I just feel like I have to go and walk that lane up to that church door. And I'm just goofy enough that I may get Geezer in the truck and have him take me there and do that if I can find out exactly where that is. This is the other half of a paper heart doily, and I get those at Dollar Tree. Let's see. This is the envelope I talked about, and it's a pretty good size envelope. It has just a couple of readings in it, and has a paper clip over here. I'm not going to undo everything because I'm trying to hurry, and I am almost to the end of the book already, but it's just so these ladies can put their own little thoughts in there if they want to do that, and I'll clip that back on in just a minute. And this is the Old Rugged Cross. It's an old country church. These are all old deserted country churches in this book, and I love that. I just love the images of the old country churches. And this is another old country church that says Christian Church up there, and I've used that image before. And let's see up here, it's just some burlap, a little bit of just a circle that I made out of a paper punch, and then put a flower on top of that and a button. This is the other side of that paper doily, and I just made some, I saw one of the ladies, and I can't think of her name, and I'm sorry about that, but she had made some circles the other day, and they were so cute, and so I just cut some out using a top of a glass, made some circles and cut them out and distressed them, and added a few things to them, and wanted to put a couple in the book. That's an old rose image there on the back side of that paper doily. And this says the Old Country Church, and that's what this book is. It's just full of old country churches and old memories from the old country church. Some creepy cloth, the big paper flower up here. And I love that old country church too. I love all these old country church images. I'm just drawn to things like that. But that's it. This is a very, very distressed book, and I am going to have a tie on it because this one is so fat it won't stay closed. So I'll have a tie on both of these books. Got the rags hanging out the bottom and hanging out the top, and I love that look. And I'll do that in most all of the bigger books, I guess, because I just really love it. But that's it. I've got one more to do, just like this. I believe my friend wants a couple of personal things in that, and I told her to get them to me in the next day or so because I'd be starting on it and try to get kind of wrapped up. I've got 3 more mini books to do, and then I'm going to wrap it up until after Christmas. This book is, it's sold. This is the $57 size, and that includes the shipping. I don't know what I'm going to do about the books after Christmas. I'm going to have to go up a little bit on these, I think, and I've had messages from a couple of the bigger junk journal ladies, and they say I'm just killing myself giving these books away, and they are so much work. There's really as much work in this one as there is in the book that sells for $139. And the only difference is the size of the pages. The bigger ones are 8 by 8, I believe, or 7 by 7. I'm not sure. But this is, this is a big detailed book, just full. And all of this stuff has to be distressed and torn and baked. And, if you do the junk journals, you know what all goes on into it. But we'll talk about that after Christmas. I'm not going to do anything crazy. We did craft shows for 20 years, and I never priced anything out of sight. If I priced them according to what I would be willing to pay myself. That's the way I determined my prices when we did craft shows. And that's what I will do on these. The $139 book will stay that. It's going to be determined by how much is in it. That's what it's going to be. And there's just so much work here. If you do them, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, we got to get through Christmas, and then we'll start over and kind of slow down just a little bit, maybe. Got to have some breathing room in here. This takes several hours a day, 5 or 6 days a week, and I can't keep doing that. I have too many other things to do. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. Just subscribe to my channel. Click below. There'll be all kind of links below to my Facebook channel where I do a daily journal 3 or 4 days a week, just as often as I can. And I just tell stories, and it could be anything, health, whatever. I have a website, lovehomeandhealth.com, and I've studied holistic health and wellness for over 40 years. And our pharmacy is in our kitchen, so you'll learn a lot there. If your doctor isn't helping you, come and check that website out. Because we really, God gave us remedies for pretty much everything. So check that out. My Pinterest, there's a link somewhere to my Pinterest, and I love Pinterest if I had a little more time to work on that. And my grandma page, Facebook page, Junk Journals from Grandma with Love. So click and join us over there. We'll be having lots of stuff. We'll still be having $10 books, little $10 books, and $50 books, and all that after Christmas. But the price will be determined by the amount of content in them, and I just have to do that, and I'm sure you understand that. This really, if this was an 8x8 book, and it's not much smaller than that, this book would sell for $139, and I'm selling them for $57, and that's just, I cannot keep doing that with this amount of content. I can do one this size, simpler. People are making a whole lot more than $57 selling empty journals with a flower in the corner, so on each page. So anyway, that's it. Got to get going on my day. This is my errand day. Oh my goodness, I hate errand day. I'd go once a week. I get our groceries once a week, and I do any running I have to do. If I have to run by Hobby Lobby and pick something up, and I go to the Dollar Tree and the dollar stores and all that stuff. We've had a fire, a really close friend. Her daughter's home burned down last night, so I'm going to go get some things for them just for immediate needs. And Christmas is coming up. We do mostly money with our kids, but I do what I call a bad days box, and everybody gets, or a bad days bag, and everybody gets, every family, every household gets a bad days bag. And I just put unique things in there that each one will like, and then we have an envelope with money in it in there. It's just a simpler way to do when they are grown. That way they don't have to take something back that I bought that I liked it that they don't. But anyway, too much gabbing today. I've got to get on with it. Tons of work to do. Quite a few errands to run. And it's cold. It's crowded outside. So, I always say at the end of my thing, thank you for your patience. And somebody messaged and wanted to know why I said that. Because I just jabber and go on and just fall all over myself trying to make my sentences and stuff, because I get so rushed and rattled, and I forget where I'm going and forget what I'm even saying. So that's why I say thank you for your patience, because goodness gracious, I can make these books till the cows come home, but I will never get the hang of these videos. But anyway, okay, thank you for your patience, and I love you all. Talk to you soon.